Hey, it's Kasim with your daily Google News, and I'm excited about today. Joining me is a trader to Solutions 8. I'm just kidding. Collin Schmelebeck, how are you, buddy?
Good. How are you doing, sir?
Good. So I'm gonna tell our story, and then you're gonna tell people how right I got it.
Okay.
Collin came and worked at Solutions 8, and when I was hiring you, you're like, dude, I want to start my own agency. So you're super like upfront and transparent, which I really appreciated. And I was like, all right, well, come work with me until then. And you did. And so you've been a client manager, Solutions 8. You've seen the inside, you know, all the dirt, like all the things that we suck at and, you know, the things that we're actually good at or not. And then you spun off your own agency and you left the right way and we're on good terms. And now you're on my YouTube channel.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. And
it's been a fun.
You went live when? What, January?
November. Yeah, I was with you for I think 14 months.
Same thing. Yeah. I got my dates off a little wrong. Now, there's a couple of things here that just piss me off, and we're going to talk about them. Number one is you have 25,000 Twitter followers.
Yeah.
How did you do
it's
that?
been slow. It's been honestly, Threads was the main thing. I know Nick was talking on your podcast about those, and kind of just getting into a community. The community I'm in is called Money Twitter. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. Maybe Nick talked about that as well. It's not something you can look up. It's more just like a vibe of the community. It's pretty much a place of everyone, I guess, like myself, trying to create their own thing or learn digital marketing skills. Could be Google Ads, SEO, email marketing, just anything like that. And just help each other try to learn more and get their own clients, I would say.
Do you put money into Twitter? Like, are you advertising to grow your list, or is this 100% organic?
It was 100% organic until about 10,000 followers. And then about 2 months, I spent probably 5K total pushing Threads. And that's what was the major jump to about 20K. And then from there, it's been organic as well.
Yeah, you told me, but you texted me and you're like, dude, don't sleep on Twitter. You got to use Threads.
Yeah, I think you could have a lot more clients come through Twitter if you actually pushed value through there. And like you do have someone take all these YouTube videos, just like translate them to a thread and push those on Twitter. Be a great thing to do.
I'm just so overwhelmed by even the concept of Twitter, to be honest with you. If you're watching this video and you're a good social media manager, I will hire you. I swear to God. I need your help. All right. So you got Twitter, and I'm going to include a link to Collin's Twitter profile in the description of the video. Because dude, you push like really, I'm going to share my screen real quick because I want people to see. You push really awesome value. This is interesting. My offer is simple. You make at least 100K in 90 days or work is free. I didn't see that. Yep. I don't want to hold your feet to that too. That's a bold claim.
Yes, it is. If you look up my name and then thread, it's usually like probably the best tweets come from there.
Look up your name, then thread.
So if you go through that search, so to the right, at Schmelebeck PPC. And then thread? In quotation marks, the thread.
Okay, got it. See, this is how little I know Twitter. All right, how to audit any Google Ads account. 37 ways of finding ways to make more money.
Oh yeah, look at that. Double.
Yeah. No, that's why I got I don't know, mildly dyslexic there for a fraction of a second. Dude, this is awesome. Like, what phenomenal value this is here. I mean, with screenshots and everything. How long does it take you to build a thread like this?
That thread I wrote on Monday, and it took 2 hours to write.
Okay. Dude, sometimes a 5-minute video takes me 2 hours to plan because I got to go to school on it, make sure I'm not going to say anything stupid. Holy shit, bro. This is, I ran out of thread there at one point, right?
Yeah, that's probably one of my longest ones and actually performed quite well for being all organic. Yeah, that's probably like the second best thread I've had. The other one was about a keyword match type that has, I think, 4,000 likes, but yeah, happy it actually helped some people.
This is where it ends. 35.
I think one more maybe underneath that.
Okay.
A couple more. Yeah, that's it. So.
God, and then this is all your engagement.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing. You can like save threads, and they can like mix like an article instead of just by tweet. So that's what a lot of those are underneath there.
And are you getting clients from Twitter?
Yeah, that's the only way I've grown was through Twitter, and then probably 10% have been through referrals.
Okay. Dude, that's awesome. That's really cool. And that's also a value bomb. If you're watching this, like what an amazing, I think relatively untapped lead source. I never would have thought Twitter. I thought Twitter was dead. But then everybody's coming out of the woodwork talking to me about Twitter. What was the guy that I interviewed on Perpetual Traffic?
Nick, Shackelford.
Yeah. Shaku,
Yeah.
he's like Twitter famous. And
Yes, he is.
and, yeah, he was saying the same thing. Like Twitter's just, it's all B2B, I guess.
Yeah. The cool thing is you can actually talk to either CMOs or founders companies, and a lot of them have like no followers because they don't care about it. And you can talk directly to them because they don't have a huge following on there, or they're hyper interactive with other people they follow from other companies. So it's an easy way to snake in there and try to find value where you can.
Yeah. Do you do any outreach, or is it all inbound?
All inbound right now. I'm starting to do my own ads, but as you know, the CPCs are quite high on the Google ad stuff. So still sticking.
So we didn't find a line of profitability until we spent 10 grand a month. When John and I first started, we were like, all right, we'll throw 2 at it. And it then we were just like, oh my God, nothing came out of that. And then as soon as we hit 10, it was this weird tipping point. Now you might figure out something that we haven't figured out or go after a specific niche or whatever, but that was the line. I think we're at 60 right now. And the more you spend in Google, the better Google incentivizes. Yeah. So Twitter spend, I talked to Tom Breeze, a YouTube guy, nerd famous, and he does with YouTube what you do, or what you were talking about with Twitter. He takes individual videos, promotes them specifically with a CTA for subscribe, and he helps people blow up their YouTube channels. You've got a YouTube channel too, right?
I do. I focused on that in December, and then once Christmas came, I got lazy, and then I haven't been back on there since. So
well, this was 3 days ago.
Yeah, that's on my website. But yeah, I was pushing it hard, got some subs, and now I've failed all them down because I haven't done anything since.
All right. Well, we're going to help you. I'm going to include a link to this in the description too, and people need to go subscribe to Collin's channel and then heckle him if he doesn't post videos, because he should be. Dude, I'll do this. I'll start hitting Twitter if you start hitting YouTube.
Please do. Yeah, I think you just crossed 1,000 followers, didn't you? I swear you just did.
Did I? Stop it. There's no way. How do I even know?
Look up your name on Twitter. I think you did.
Oh, 141. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I have Zapier just posting my videos to. God, I'm so annoying.
You should definitely hire a social media manager and have them like just break it down to threads every time, and then with a link on the very bottom to your YouTube video.
Oh, link to the YouTube video. That's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart. Yeah. Cohabitate. All right. So I'm going to hit up Twitter. You're going to hit up YouTube. And then, so you're just younger, smarter, better looking me is what's really happening here.
A lot shorter though.
But I have better hair, I think.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
All right. So I think I didn't even think about this, and it's a bait and switch because this isn't what we came to talk about, but half of my audience is agencies, 50%. And I think it'd be pretty damn cool for people to hear from someone who's relatively new. I know you had like some freelance clients beforehand, and I think your agency existed before November, but like you just rolled up. So what are the things, and I'll include a link to your website too. What are the things you're learning right now? Like you're talking to somebody who wants to strike out, start their own agency. What do you wish you knew in October before you went and made whatever mistakes you made?
Patience to learn. I think that's the main thing. I think everyone wants to find a course and stuff, and courses are really good. Your course is fantastic. I know there's a Udemy course as well. But after that, once you know the basics of Google Ads, you need to kind of get your feet wet. And I think that's the best thing of working for you was being Google Ads 100% of the time, every day of the week. I think that's the only way to really grow. And then start strategizing yourself, thinking, hey, what if I do this? What happens? If I do that, what happens? Test it. And the only really way you can do that is either by working for someone doing that or doing it for yourself. But that would be my number one tip is kind of get your feet dirty, your hands dirty with Google Ads. You
got to do the work.
Yeah.
I've told people, go find someone like a friendly entrepreneur and do their ads for free. Yeah. You know, it's like, oh, my grandma has an Italian restaurant or whatever. Be like, hey, grandma, I want to learn Google Ads. Can I waste some of your money for you? Like, because without it, the perpetual student, they're at such a disadvantage. Dude, and I see those folks. I saw them in my coaching cohort. Hopefully nobody watches this. But like they're ravenous for education, but they never actually pressed any buttons. And I'm like, just go, you want to like push them out of the nest like a baby bird. Yeah. So I think that's really good advice. Where do you find clients? Brand new agency, you just started. What do you do?
I mean, what I did, I went to Upwork before I worked for you. Actually, had a couple of clients to Upwork. That's a very demoralizing place to go to, I think, though, if you have nothing to stand out on. I honestly, if I was giving advice, I would say go to a platform you're confident and happy to publish stuff on a daily basis with no return for a very long time, and just publish value that it doesn't have to be very advanced. It could be just to a past version of yourself that someone, if you're in a month from now, you're here, well, then speak to the person you were a month ago, because people are like you trying to learn. And I think that's the best way. And once you have some client results, show what you've done, show how you did it, give away everything for free, because people are not everyone's going to get the information and do it themselves, because they don't either have the time, or they don't care to do it, or they want to just pay you to do it because they're confident in your results. So that's what I would suggest, is giving away value for free and be consistent and show up daily.
Dude, so that give away everything for free, that like I've made my bones on that, because I have people ask me all the time, like, why do you tell people that on the YouTube channel? And I'm like, first, anybody who's going to hire me is just going to, like, it's not going to, like, oh, now I don't have to hire those guys. Now they're just like, oh, thank God you know this. And then the people that aren't going to hire me, like, what a karmic shot in the arm, and we've hired off of YouTube, strategic partnerships come through our channel. So I love that advice. You also said something, I think, that is a big value bomb, which was, how did you phrase it? Start with where you are. Was that?
Yeah, I guess on the money Twitter side, it's everything is building in public. Like, a lot of SaaS people are there who are building their platform in public, saying this, just sharing insights and losses. I think the main thing for yourself, if you're trying to become an agency or a freelancer, is talk about what you're learning, and then a month or a year from now, talk about what share information that someone, a passive version of yourself, would actually find valuable, because that's the best way to speak to someone, because you were that person.
I have a hard time with it. For the YouTube channel, I always want to come up with like the most ninja wicked, like just insane strategic. And I start to get desperate, because in my mind, that's sort of the bar that we've set. And now I want more of that. And what's funny about it is then we'll post like how to set up conversion tracking, like one of the like rudimentary basic videos. And that's the one that takes off. And people are like, oh my God, thank you so much. And I realized, that I'm actually pricing myself out of the market when I go ultra ninja. Sometimes you actually need to go to the basics, and that's where the audience is.
Yeah, that's the biggest audience you can serve, is the beginners, which, no, it's not the best audience to pitch for clients, but people will come through that for clients, or will become a client a year from now if they trust and have loved the stuff that you have.
Yeah. You've niched down. You do e-com and SaaS.
Correct. Yeah.
That's a brilliant niche, because you don't have to deal with trying to police the end result. Was the lead good? Was it not? Like, it's horrible. It's horrible.
I learned that from working for you. It's a very tough thing to do.
I'm glad you're not replicating my mistakes. Yeah, that's cool, man. So, you do some stuff we don't do. So someone watching this, first of all, Kasim, why are you promoting your competitors? And I think there's a lot of room for that. I've had a bunch of competitors on this channel, and it's just always like, there's just so much business out there, and there's going to be somebody you can serve that I can't serve. And you said something to me before the call started. You said using Google Ads for funnels.
More of a thinking of Google Ads, this Google Ads strategy as a funnel, where you can target different kind of subtopics of an audience. And most of the time, Google Ads, I think, is used properly with the bottom funnel, try to get everything that's one step away from a conversion. I guess I try to think of strategy as, how can I best target each section of that funnel by using customer lists in different ways, or different campaign types as a supplement, like a supplementary or secondary campaign to that main smart shopping, or the two main inbound search campaign. I think there's more ways.
Give an example, like be tangible. How do you do that? Pick a client, make one up. Like, here's the product. This is what the funnel looks like. Here are the ad campaigns I built.
So I guess for you, since you have your course, great course, everyone go buy uversgoogle.com, I think it is.
Yep. I got another one. So we have the masterclass. We have the e-commerce masterclass.
Okay. So for the e-commerce masterclass, let's say you had a lead magnet or something that you have 10,000 emails and none of them purchase anything. So for that, I would say, how can we utilize a customer list or something to get them back into the funnel of purchasing the course? So I would think, okay, can we utilize either a discovery campaign, a display campaign, or even a search campaign targeting that customer list, and they're actually doing a search that you want to have them to appear for, Google Ads course, Udemy Google Ads course, stuff like that. But just think of different tangible ways of utilizing your first party data or current audience list from Google Analytics, and then retarget them with a different offer or angle or ad copy back into the funnel.
What about for ecom? Like, how are you building ecom based? Ecom's always eluded me a little bit because, you know, it's like, it's a product. Either you want it or you don't. And it's, I feel like awareness building is, and I know I'm going to get nailed to the wall for this because I know that like the answer is not what I'm saying, but you know, there's the simple-minded marketer in me feels like awareness building for ecom is harder than for SaaS or professional services, or, you know, things where you can kind of slide in and build somebody into a pivot.
The way I've done it recently with a furniture company, they're in Wayfair and Home Depot, is by utilizing YouTube to target either a custom intent or in market right away. And at first, usually like the ROAS is probably 1-to-1 on the actual campaign with maybe engaged view through conversions or view through conversions, but then trying to get them back into the funnel with a search campaign targeting YouTube, like an ad, like a YouTube audience, stuff like that. That's a way that's worked. Or then using smart shopping to remarket to them if they've actually been to the site with dynamic remarketing, which you and John do a great job doing. Stuff like that, I guess, is try to high brand awareness and then remarket with smart shopping or target them in a search campaign.
Dude, that was, wow. There's so much there. I'm gonna unpack some of that. Okay. Outbound, intent-based YouTube campaign. 1-to-1 ROAS is the aim on a view through conversion, which is that's tough.
Yeah,
a tough sell.
If for the company that I'm doing this for, they have a really good LTV, so they can afford that 1-to-1, and then they expect to see a higher LTV, or excuse me, a ROAS on either a smart shopping campaign or a search campaign because of the views and impressions from a YouTube campaign.
Yeah, well, and I'm not challenging it at all. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It takes some client education. You're telling the client, hey, yes, I'm putting $1 in, I'm getting $1 out, but I'm doing that so I can feed the machine, right? If I can show Google, hey, Google, look who's buying. Now, when I go click on my smart shopping or soon to be Performance Max, it's not fishing in this pond, it's fishing in this one. Yeah, dude, that's see, bam. I'm trying not to curse here. Freaking value bomb. I love that. We talked about a second thing too. We said funnels. Oh, we said customer lists. You had some fancy customer list stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I use customer lists like we just discussed with trying to target. If the main thing for me is one, because I know John spoke about it in a recent video, was making sure Google has that first party data for smart shopping, so they know what past customers are and try to limit that remarketing to more of a dynamic prospecting for smart shopping. The other way is to, I guess for e-commerce, would be for like 2+ purchases to upload a specific list for your highest value customers or your whales, your customers, and allowing Google to learn or create lookalike audiences based on that. That's a way I like to do it. Or to segment like long ago customers, like a year ago or 6 months ago, show them new deals. If you have a new product collection coming out, target them specifically because they're a past customer, they haven't bought from you in a while, but show them a deal with specialized ad copy, a different angle, different creative, stuff like that.
The customer list has to be a minimum size, right? Before you see efficacy. What's your experience there as far as?
Usually 10,000, I would say, like that's enough. But then again, people have had less that's worked, but I would say 10,000.
Yeah, because Google doesn't match them all. Like they can match, the best I've seen, I think, is half.
Well, who will tell you it's like 80 or 100% match rate now?
Full of it. Yeah, full of it. There's no way. Yeah.
But I think another list that doesn't get used much if you're big on YouTube is actually create audiences from your YouTube audience, either view as an ad or organically subscribe to you. I think you could do that quite well with your almost 6,000 subs now. So you could definitely target them individually on a course wise or Google Ads management wise, stuff like that. I think audience lists are forgotten about a lot in terms of the possibilities of creating campaigns off them.
Yeah, Tom Breeze was saying that too. I'm afraid to advertise to my YouTube audience. I'm afraid to sell them the course because the courses, you could get everything I say in the course is on YouTube for free, all of it. It's packaged cleaner for sure. and I say that, I think, in the sales video, I'm like, hey, this is, you know, if you want the clean version, fine, but it's all for free in the YouTube channel. So I don't want a bunch of people who've already seen everything to go pay for it. That scares me a little bit. And I guess it's just a limiting belief, man. Like, I don't want to start poaching our audience. Just like, I want a big audience before I go sell out and, you know, and cash that check. Yeah, which is really frustrating. I only have 6,200 subscribers, and I shouldn't say those words because I think you should celebrate like every single individual subscriber. You know, like every single person is so important to the community building. But you want to scale, you know, you want the big sexy numbers. So I'm going to go play that Tom Breeze game. I'm excited about that. What else do people need to know about you? Like, why would somebody come work with Collin? Who's your ideal client?
I think the ideal push is that I'm still a one-man show and not a true agency, so more of a consultant or man down the hallway, as I know you guys always show that to your clients and being very open on the communication side of things. So yeah, kind of just, if you want to, not a big agency, which I'm not trying to get anything here, but
throwing grenades over here, Collin. I see what you're doing. No, but there's something to that. It's like, hey, I just kind of want to work directly with the guy. And I think that's a really big deal. Do you want to stay? Is that what's your goal? Like, do you want to stay that way, or do you want to grow?
I know eventually I'll be becoming a limiting factor to myself if I don't. So I'm still debating that. That's definitely for the 2022. That's a decision that needs to be made.
Yeah, dude, it's so hard because like the train starts to run kind of without you, you
Yeah.
know, and like clients start coming to you, and you're just like, well, I can't not take the client. And then I don't know, like I've got my buddy Ed Leak, who I think you know or know of. Ed,
yeah, Twitter,
yeah, he doesn't take clients. He's done. And I'm just like,
he's ascended to that next level.
Yeah, it's on his website. He's like, go away. And I even told him, I was like, bro, refer me your clients and I'll cut you a percentage. And he goes, no, he doesn't even want the headache of having to answer for my stupidity. So if I screw up and somebody's like, Ed, you referred Kasim and he's an asshole. He doesn't even, like, he has no interest in monetizing, and he's got this amazing reputation. He's like one of the best Google Ads guys in the world. I'd call him the second best Google Ads guy in the world after John. I hope he watches this. But yeah, he's like done. And now he just teaches people Google Ads.
Yeah. I mean, good for him to do that, kind of get away from the client side and just different markets, I guess, of the same product.
Yeah. I think it's because he's English. I think there's something about the English where they're just, you know, he's just like, I'm better than this. I'm above it. This got real racist real quick. If you're not a part of Ed Leak's community, by the way, go check out Ed Leak's, what's it called? Forge.
Yep. Forge. Yeah. The monthly thing, or Guide to Your Ads. It's his main product.
Yeah. Guide to Your Ads is his, that's the checklist, right? That's his training.
Yeah.
The
Forge is good. Yeah. We're in there.
Bro, what he charges too is stupid. It actually pisses me off. I charge $1,000 for my course, and I don't feel like I could have done it for less because of the amount of time it takes. He charges $300 lifetime for access to his community. Like, it's unreal. And then the value he gives is just insane. He's destroying the education ecosystem for all of us. Who are your favorite Google Ads educators? Like, who do you like?
You and John.
Stop it. Go on. Take us off the table. Who else?
100% you and John. Definitely still watch YouTube videos every day. Ed Leak is very, very good. The Paid Search podcast, if you're more into like the local business lead gen, it's pretty good. I think that's it. Honestly, I mean, there's not many PPC like people that put themselves out there. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
everybody starts like really basic. There's a ton of basic content, but there's not a lot of like, here's how you go after this.
I think the Common Collective, I think they're a pretty good overall e-commerce. Like they're big into Facebook and everything. They're a full agency, but they do have really good training, I believe, on some Google Ads into specific e-commerce stuff. I think Common Collective.
The Common Collective.
Let me look this up.
I found commoncollective.com.
That might be them. Their CMO or CEO is pretty big on Twitter, so he talks a lot about that.
Web graphics branding. Okay, this could be them. Uzair is another dude. He's my YouTube mentor. He's a good educator. Just to drop his name.
Common Thread Co.
Commonthread.co.
I think so.
No, this is fast.
No. Oh well.
Oh well.
But yeah, there's not many. I mean, I like to take an approach more so just all around marketing and try to merge that into PPC, but definitely not that many PPC direct people, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah. I still don't know what Twitter money is. Is this? It's a group, but it's not a group. Like,
it's just a
like
section of Twitter.
Like,
Basically, it's if you're in it, you'll see people talking about it, but if you're not in it, you'll never hear about it.
You've done nothing to answer my question. How do I like? I shouldn't even try. Is what it sounds like. Am I just too old? Is that the?
No, you just need to follow it. If you follow enough of the same people, then people. It's like I guess, a community of Twitter. Just maybe like say like NBA Twitter or MLB Twitter, where they talk only about this certain thing. That's what they refer to themselves as in this community. So maybe I'm shining a light on it that should be shined on. So maybe not.
I still don't understand. That's so funny. That's cool, man. Well, super appreciate you coming on. If you're watching this, go follow Collin, Twitter, YouTube. Where else do you live? What other things?
That's it. Pretty much just Twitter, but a little bit of YouTube.
Well, I'm shaming you into YouTube now. You got to start shooting some videos. I
guess.
Yeah, and then I'll post your website in the description. And that's all I got, man. You're crushing life. I hope we get to have you on again.
Yes, sir. Thank you again for having me on here and letting me go very smoothly.
Yeah. And I'm gonna use Collin as a sacrificial lamb here. There's a lot of you watching that are super entrepreneurial, and I know you want to do your own thing, and I think that's super cool. I'd still like to hire you anyway. Because I got a lot out of Collin working at Solutions 8 for the year and a half that he did. Clients loved him. He crushed life. He brought a lot of value, improved processes. And then, you know, when he made a departure, he did it the right way, and we phased him out, and it was super friendly the entire time. So hiring for us is hard because I'm trying to hire entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs don't want jobs. So you're a good example for me of how that can still work and be symbiotic and mutually beneficial. And we're desperate to hire. So what I really want people that are passionate about Google Ads. And if you're passionate about Google Ads the way Collin is, come work at Solutions 8 for a couple of years. And then, you know, you'll have a platform to spin off, and you can steal all my SOPs and go build an agency.
I highly endorse working for Kasim. There you go. Go get a job.
Cool, thanks for coming on the channel. I shoot a video every day. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know we actually know what we're doing. We shoot a video every single day. So if you want to be notified, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any input, don't hesitate to hit us up in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. We get very little human interaction. Thanks for supporting our channel, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.